I had just posted an update online celebrating my son passing his police academy exams when my ex-husband, who had vanished 20 years ago, suddenly barged back into my life with his former girlfriend. They slapped me with a lawsuit, claiming I had stolen their biological child. My ex-husband, Ethan Carter, had vanished into thin air overseas with his ex-girlfriend, Sophia Bennett, leaving me with nothing but a wailing baby born out of wedlock. 2 decades later, I shared a post celebrating my son about to join the police force. I thought those two had faded out of my life for good, yet here they were, standing before me with legal papers in hand. At the plaintiff's table, Sophia sat with flawless makeup and elegant posture, though her voice was freezing cold. Ethan and I got married right after his divorce, and we share a healthy older son. Clara couldn't stand to see us happy, so she abducted our baby. We've been searching for a solid 20 years, but she has refused to give him back. As his biological parents, we have every right to bring him home. Ethan shot me a bitter glare, his voice dripping with sarcasm. Clara, just because you can't have kids of your own doesn't mean you get to take mine. The trial was being live streamed, and the comment section immediately exploded. She stole someone else's baby just because she couldn't have her own? Ruining a family like that is sickening. Shortly after, my son was called to the stand, and a pin-drop silence fell over the courtroom. Clara Miller, are you still refusing to admit you took my son? Willie is my flesh and blood. A thief like you has no right to call yourself his mother, and you are going to lose today. Sophia stared at me, her eyes filled with the smug certainty of victory. Ethan let out a cold laugh, his tone full of disdain. You were the one who came after me first, remember? I fell out of love with you a long time ago. You were so spiteful that you couldn't even leave my son alone. Hand Willie over. Let's see how you show your face in public once everyone knows what you've done. Every eye in the courtroom was fixed on me, but I didn't flinch. I enunciated every word clearly. I will say this one more time. There is no way Willie is your son. My calmness only drove Sophia more frantic. With bloodshot eyes, she pulled a yellowed birth certificate from her purse, her voice trembling with emotion. Look, I carried Willie for 9 months. I gave birth to him. Attached was a photo of an 8-pound baby boy flashing a toothless smile. He was barely a month old, still nursing, when a woman like you took him away. Sophia broke down in tears right there on the stand. Ethan pulled her into an embrace and handed the old baby photo to the judge, his voice choking up. This is my boy's 1-month-old picture. He was so sweet and adorable. For 20 years, this photo was all I had left of him. The two wept in each other's arms, playing the part of the ultimate victims, while I remained completely deadpan. The live chat went completely off the rails. She's an absolute monster, tearing a family apart and making them search for their kid for 20 years without an ounce of remorse. Total sociopath behavior. Give Ethan and Sophia their kid back and throw Clara behind bars. Regardless of how vicious the comments became, I maintained my composure. Frustrated by my lack of reaction, Sophia's expression contorted. Her hands shook as she pulled out a tattered baby onesie. Clara, when you took Willie, you dropped this. For 20 years, every time I look at it, I'm left wondering where my boy is. Her voice was shrill, laced with bitter resentment. Ethan's eyes were red as he shot me a furious look. Clara, you robbed my wife of her chance to be a mother. Someone like you deserves to be locked away forever. I looked right at them, my tone icy. Like I said, there is no way the two of you could have created Willie. I knew this for an absolute fact. If Sophia and Ethan had somehow produced Willie, it would have defied the laws of genetics. But as far as they were concerned, I was just in denial. The judge furrowed his brow and banged his gavel. Plaintiffs, please present your physical evidence. We do. We have a witness. Sophia immediately cried out. An elderly woman was escorted in by a bailiff. Sophia pointed at her, her voice trembling. This is Margaret. She used to work as Clara's housekeeper, and she saw with her own eyes when Clara brought home a baby out of nowhere. Margaret nodded eagerly. It's true. Back when I was cleaning for Clara,